Hey everybody, it's Kevin. Welcome to Kev's Vibe of the Day. Today's Monday, the 23rd of August 2021, and have I got some good cards for you. So let's get started. So the first thing that struck me about these cards were the colors. They're very golden, which is power. The color of yellow gold to me is the attraction of angels and spirit guides. They work with that beautiful golden light, the golden light of a full moon, which happened yesterday. And then we have rays of pink and magenta, which to me is the thronins, the angels of transformation and love. And then I love the swirlingness of the violet, and the lavenders, which again is part of the violet flame, Archangel Zadkiel, Saint Germain, all of them. So these are really good cards, and it comes with a lovely, lovely, lovely divine message this morning. So let's get right to it. As I shuffled, I always say my little prayer that Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, I come forward with the angels and ascended masters for all four corners of the universe, and that whatever this tool represents, it is a lesson for the highest good of all those who are listening. So the first card, which is the one pressed against my heart, was the cut the cords. And I'll go into each individual card and then give my interpretation of what the two of them together, because to me this is a really important message, since they are more related than normal, or at least more related than usual. Cutting the cords. As we move forward and we grow and we expand, no matter what that means, what that represents, for you, it's necessary to let go of old habits, old belief, but more importantly, the type of people, places, situations, stories that are no longer serving the plan moving forward. And this message is the angels supporting you for cutting the cords to people and places, situations, even your own stories of negativity, doubt, debauchery, the triggers that have us held back. If we look at the physical world that we're living in, things are being destructed, destroyed, coming apart, loosening up. There's a shakedown happening. And you can take the road of holding on tight and believing the false narrative that if you hold on so tight and you keep these alliances and you keep these cords going, that somehow the lasso will stop, that the change will stop, that the movement will stop, the transformation will stop. And that's the type of cords and attachments that have to be cut. We are all meant to grow. We are all meant to expand. We are all meant to move towards abundance. We're all meant to start understanding our worth and our values. We are also supposed to have a life that matters, to walk on a path with purpose. But that also means removing the boulders and the weights and the thoughts, beliefs, and feelings that have dragged us down. The stories that I'm not good enough, or I can't afford it, or it's too much. Those weighed down burdens, they've got to be cut, and any attachment to them. And sometimes that can include people who aren't aligning up with your highest good. Sometimes friendships have to come to an end, but not dramatically. It's just a question of choosing a different focus, choosing a new direction. It isn't slighting, hurting, or creating a fuss. However, If you've noticed that in your personal relationships, the people that surround you are not up for your highest good, not supporting your way forward, that's an indication that it's time to cut the cord. And it doesn't have to be done in a way that's hurtful or harmful. In fact, it should never be done in a way that's hurtful or harmful. You can gently cut the cords simply by making an intention, setting an intention. More importantly, choosing your faith, having the faith that what you're moving towards is for your highest good. And if there's any doubts, cut the cord to doubts. I'm now declaring that in honesty and truth, I'm moving forward. A lovely, idyllic way that I've heard Kyle Gray talk about it in his Raise the Vibration book is to simply thank a person for their opinion and their views, and then say, I'm choosing to go in a different direction, and leave it at that. We've got in the habit of over explaining and over justifying what we do because we've also got in the habit of thinking that other people's opinion of what we do and who we are matter. They do, providing the people that we are sharing these ideas, sharing these beliefs and these dreams with have our back. They're in our cheering section. They're being supportive. So if you're sort of wondering who or what or where should I be cutting ties, it's pretty clear. Get quiet, sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and journal who it is that you know has your back, that's always supported you. And typically it's a really good best friend. It could even be a family member, someone who has looked after you, checked in on you, brought you something when you haven't been feeling good, always sent you a birthday card, always invited you out for a drink. Those people. Then those are the people that you keep moving forward with, or you know, well, they're kind of cool. And then on your list of folks that no matter what you've tried to do, no matter what you've attempted to do, have not really had your back, have not really listened to you, have not really adorned you, have been more focused on their own journey and expected you to go along with it. Now, I'm talking about people. They could also be with situations. If you're in a job or career and you know that you're more important to them than they really are to you, that you don't feel valued in this job, you don't feel valued in this career, you don't feel valued by the company you work for, you've made suggestions and they're not being heard, you want to move up or get promoted and you're finding the blocks, and you cut the ties to that. Now, I'm not suggesting that all of a sudden you turn everything in your life over, although I will say, in my own experience of doing that, it's been refreshing. I've done it several times in my life. I've picked everything up, packed everything up, and moved on to something new, not knowing what would happen next. I will say it has been an eye-opening experience. Sometimes it's worked and sometimes it took a bit longer to make things come together. But all in the end, I've never actually failed. I've never actually fallen on my butt and felt like, woof, that was a big problem. There's nothing so big that can't be solved. All right, moving on to the sacred plan. The card leans itself to believe that everything we do in life and everything we have in life is God's plan, part of God's plan. This is actually a collection of all the dreams and the wishes, the hopes that you've had in the past that have made you who you are, that have manifested themselves into creating you, the unique, wonderful, magnificent human being that you are. So the sacred plan is for you to put together your most bodacious, most ambitious types of dreams, wishes, what you want for yourself, and then letting the energy of universe and God and the angels and the spirit world gather together to make that happen. The sacred plan to me is more in alignment with the laws of attraction, source energy, which is God energy, universal energy, and the alignment with, you put the idea and the intention and the prayer and the focus out there. You keep the energy and the attraction of having it, getting it, affirming it, and then you let the power that is greater than what we all are make it happen. When this card shows up, it's an indication that either we are pushing too hard, trying too quickly, or feeling that we have to control every step of the way. Understand, our role in our life is to continue having the dreams and the wishes, the wants, and all of those things for ourselves. Of course, you can want other people's lives to be fantastic. You can want safety for your family members and those you love. You can want optimum health for people that you love. You can send angels of hope and healing and blessing and forgiveness and all of those things to the people that you love. You can even do visualizations to calling in angels on that behalf. However, this is about your sacred plan. This is about you moving through the, you can call them obstacle courses. I don't see any more as obstacles. We have the ability to pull the oars of our boat up and turn it around and then think about this rapid water, the river of life, if you call it, and let the raft be guided by the universal powers that be to be swiftly moving downstream so that you quickly manifest what you want. So the two cards together, cut the cords and the sacred plan, you're beginning to understand that your need to control every piece of the puzzle, every part of the way, your need to get it right, your need to be listening to the opinions of so many people who are all on their own path themselves. They've got their own stuff to do. Send your intentions, your vibrations upwards and forward in order to get lighter, to get brighter, to move it forward in a magnificent way. It's necessary to cut and let go of the weight that pulls us down, which is things like naysayers, even yourself. We have a shadow self, that little twin, that if we feed it enough, it's going to keep pulling. The ego, that's the evil twin, the naughty twin, the one that has always stopped us, because the one that talks to us about our negativity, that wants to keep that fear going. That's the little twin that you've got to say, sit in the corner because this one is driving the bus right now. We're in a period of great expansion, great opportunity, great things are happening. If you believe it and truly have faith in it and look at when, wow, this happened and that happened. If there's something in part of your plan that is really not coming together and you're frustrated because it isn't, that's the ideal time to cut the cord on the feeling of frustration, to let go of the disappointment, because disappointment is an expectation. It's okay to expect, and it's okay to, I don't want to sound confusing, it's okay to expect, but you should be expecting the highest good always. So the sacred plan requires a few steps, but it also requires us to be participants in that sacred plan. So if the actual sacred plan ahead is to have something incredibly magnificent, yes, that's a big, huge yes. But if we're not aligned up with that, if we're not willing to see how that can be funded, supported, in what way. We have to wait for those support things, the beams, to come in. It's a bit like planning a building. Know that if you see the building, you watch yourself showing up for it, you see the business coming, then you know it has to be coming. So the sacred plan is to rely upon all those that make that happen and make it happen. Just assume it's already happened and make it happen. That's the sacred plan. We've been taught and we've learned from people that might be not up for it. There are lots of folks that we know that as we grow and we change and we become the brilliant human beings we were always put here to become, they're not up for it. They're still stuck in their fear-based reality. I'm not judging them, pointing fingers at them, but there's a small piece of that growth. When you liberate yourself from the fears that kept you back, you give other people permission to liberate their own fear. So the sacred plan is the message is cutting the ties to what holds you back, what gets in your way. People, places, situations, stories that no longer serve your purpose. And understand and know that your biggest dreams and wishes, your brightest pathway, is always ahead of you. Just sit back and let the universe reveal it to you. And if you've got some way, well, I don't know what that plan is, I'm kind of confused. That's even more brilliant. Believe that you're on a sacred plan and then say to the universe, if you will, in prayer, thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am happy and grateful that you've showed up to light my way ahead. Reveal to me what my next steps are. And at some point or another, you'll come to the realization that there are things that you've wanted to do. There are things that you've literally wanted to achieve and accomplish, that at some point, maybe it was when you were 5 or 7 or 11 or 21 or 35, however old you are, there were always opportunities that you wanted to achieve that somehow didn't pop out, didn't quite happen, for whatever reason. You may want to play an instrument. You might want to simply have more time to spend with your family. You may be at the point now where you've been single for a while and it's time to open your heart to somebody in your life. Inspiration is out there always. Let the universe be your inspiration by planting the seeds that you then manifest. Know that whatever inspiration is coming is the universe's way of saying we're motivating you forward to live your best life. And if you're wondering, what is my purpose in life? To have a really good one. We come here to become better human beings, and that takes growth and expansion. However, the caveat to being in the human experience, because to have a human experience, we have to be granted choice. We have to choose. We've got to be given the power of choice. Choice is linked to free will, and our free will is entirely up to us. The spirit world does not interfere. God doesn't interfere. Source, universe, whatever you want to call them, does not interfere and stand in the way of the freedom of choice. Once you learn that the freedom of choice is something that is magnificent or something that isn't, what shows up is a direct extension of what you want, what you intend, what you're looking for. We just don't always know it. We just don't always see it. We've known and we see what doesn't show up, what we didn't expect, what we're disappointed by. That's loud. But what if it was the reverse? You know those people They worry about nothing. They just what they see, what they want, and they go and they get it. What are they on? That's the point. They don't. They're choosing the best possible outcome always. The better way to be. Waking up with that gratitude, grace. Once you start doing that more and more and more of it shows up until it's so in where you are and what you're doing, there's no way backwards. So today, this Monday, it's time to cut the cords that stop you, get in your way, and then get with the sacred plan that's ahead. Let's read from our book and then do our quick meditation. The spiritual experience is you. When I look at people now, I don't see issues, he said. I see souls. The man said he had a spiritual experience. Actually, he said he had 4. He didn't go to the mountains or the ocean or the desert to have them. He had his 4 spiritual experiences in the same place. In the parking lot outside a Shell gas station in Portland, Oregon. The car filled with light. I filled with light. My heart just opened up and I forgave everyone I was resenting, he continued. Even my ex-wife. We don't have to search for spiritual experiences. We are the spiritual experience. A spiritual being having a human life. Look at the people around you. Now look again and see the souls. See them having many kinds of spiritual experiences. See them having these spiritual experiences in the form of a human life. When you look for holy ground, look down. That's where your spiritual experience takes place. Right where you're standing, wherever you are, right now. I have a sweatshirt, t-shirt, with a quote on it. Your path is where your feet are. And to quote a title of Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now. And then he's got another book that's several years old, A New Earth. There's much that happens when you want to fill your vehicle up with petrol or gas. There is the getting in the vehicle, the driving to the station, the stopping the vehicle, the getting out of the vehicle, the opening the cap that lets you pull the hose, that lets you put it in and do what you need to do with the machine that pumps it in there. Each part of that process is the now, the now, the now, the now. So when you began that process of putting fuel in your vehicle, you saw the fuel in the vehicle and the fuel gauge going up. You actually saw that happening before it happened. So the power of now is just that. Vibrate with what you want to have happen right now. Then let it go. We spend so much time not seeing that we are a spirit, bigger, bolder, brighter, fuller in this human experience. What we see, obviously, truthfully, is just the human, just the human, just the human. The arms, the legs, the belly, and all of the flaws that we believe that we have and that we are. That's what we see. So it's really interesting that right now the masses are seeing what isn't happening, what needs to happen, what they want, clamoring onto what they believe that they've wanted all their lives. It really isn't things, places, situations, all the things they're running towards, because the fear is it's all going to go and we're going to blow up. That's the fear. That's the fear. It is really challenging for all of us to fill, as that man in that book said, fill up our life with light and let that light in. It is a challenge. 1 second. Amy, I put you up once and you're going to go again? Come on, quick, hurry. Ugh. So, my poodle, she wants on the chair, off the chair, on the chair and off the chair. Bless her, she's old. She can't quite get up. Can't quite get comfortable. But bless her, I love her anyway. So where was I with that? And how interesting. Again, these cards and this book have the same message. Filling up with light. Filling up with love. Anchoring that love. I've talked many, many times about there being a balance. And the balance is when there is all of this mayhem and madness, that's what you cut the cords to. And then you follow the love and the light. And you understand and begin to wake up to something huge, big, bold. As soon as you get it, as soon as you wake up to it, which is the awakening, you become a beacon that other people see. You become the, whoa, hang on a minute, what happened to you? You stop seeing what's wrong with you and you start seeing what's brilliant about you. That's the alignment process, but it takes a while. Remember, it took a long time to undo what we knew when we came. It's not going to be a 5-minute thing. That's why they call it work. All right, my friends. I love this. I made an affirmation this morning out of a meditation, and I write them down. I am the most blessed human on earth. I am the most blessed human on earth. Then you've got to start believing it. All right, my friends, feet on the floor, eyes down, big breath in and out. Another breath in. Another breath out. Allow your spine to be long, tall. And then you can take some exercises if you want. Pull your shoulders up to your ears, back down. Get integrated with your physical environment as you are at the moment. Bring your mind to the soles of your feet and press down. Find the rhythm of your breath, your most expressive breath. The rhythm of your breath in and out settles your mind, lets you understand how miraculous the air is going in and out. Everything in is a new beginning. Everything out is a release and a let go. Just concentrate on the breath going in, whooshing out. And as you bring your mind to your breath in and out, it's where you open your spirit up, your soul up, to all the angels and guides that are gathering around you. Settle your mind and your focus between your eyebrows. See your third eye center, that area between your eyebrows, opening. And picture the most magnificent thing you can think of. And get the feeling of grace and gratitude, what you're most grateful for. Lift your heart and your mind to the light above you and see above your head this glorious star shining down into your feet, all the way to the floor. And think of this light as the fountain of elixir coming right from source energy, right from God, right from the universe. This energy that's washing through you is rinsing away all the limiting beliefs and the stories, all the anxiety, all the worry. All the debauchery, all the things that have not served our purpose. The angels to your left and your right, behind you, below you, above you and around you, are now surrounding you with their energy of love, with their energy of gratitude, proud of you. This is where we thank you, angels, for reminding us that you're here. Thank you, source energy, for stepping forward and being where you've always been. It's good to see you and feel you, and I welcome your energy to me now. Know that everything that's in front of you, everything that's for you, is for your highest good. You are deserving of everything that you could truly want. You are worthy of greatness. And in this place of deep relaxation, with your breath abundantly entering your lungs, giving you the opportunity to release, cut, and let go of what no longer serves you. Settle into your breath. Keep and maintain that feeling of gratitude, of love, of lightness, of joy. You can push pause on the video and keep breathing, being grateful, connecting with spirit, settling your soul. When you feel complete, bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Honor yourself for the brilliant person that you are. Lift your thumb knuckles to your third eye centered. Let's honor one another as we bow and say Namaste. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Monday. I love you, and we'll be chatting soon. Bye.